Hi lovelies, this is Sheree from Divine Visions, bringing you a full moon release reading today. And we're going to be having a look at basically topics that are going to help give us guidance on how to release things that we need to within ourselves. Could be behaviors, could be addictions, could be relationships, could be absolutely anything that you know within yourself that you need to release from your whole system, your mind, body, heart or spirit. Or your life, your daily pattern, that kind of thing. Could be something that you've been holding on to for years that you need to release also. But we're just going to have a look at certain cards and get some guidance from our higher guidance from our loved ones. So I'm going to shuffle on the Divine Oracle first of all. And we're going to use the Earth Magic cards by Dr. Steve Farmer. These are my cards here, just so you know. I created those ones, and these are Dr. Stephen D. Farmer. I'm not taking ones that throw themselves out at the moment. Okay. I'm going to do that again, sorry. There we are, it feels a bit better. Okay, so I know you can't see all these cards, but that's fine, I can see them. Alright, so full moon release. We're using the Psychic Tarot for the Heart cards by John Holland. Alright, so let's have a look here. Let's first have a look at the Earth Magic cards. So let's look for a first topic for what we need to release, or how, or guidance on how we need to release something. Invocation, ceremony. Wow. Beautiful. I'm going to leave that there for a moment. Wow, new beginnings. So there's definitely a letting go of something for a new beginning, calling in your spirit guides, etc. Around the heart chakra. Isn't this beautiful? Wow. All right, so let's have a look first up. Ceremony, heart chakra, sorry, new beginnings and heart chakra. Ceremony. So, all right, let's have a look. So, ceremony, invocation. This is beautiful. I'm getting a really peaceful energy through this. This is amazing. Look at the artwork. So basically what I feel this is about is, for some of you, obviously we've got the full moon release reading here. It's the full moon for us in Australia tonight. So whether it be the 23rd, 24th, doesn't matter. And also the powerful energies of the full moon are on 3 days after or 3 days before the full moon anyway. So it doesn't really matter when you're watching this particular reading in that time frame. It's still going to be potent, this energy. This is setting the intention, setting up and creating perhaps a little altar or a sacred space in your house. Or it could be outside, doesn't have to be in a house, but it's setting up a sacred space, okay, and calling in and connecting with your spirit guides, your spirit loved ones, perhaps your deceased loved ones, or your angels, or your ascended masters, or your, beautiful ancestors, bringing them in, bringing your spirit animal guides in. Whoever it is that you want to connect with to help you to release whatever it is that you need to release, okay, they're going to help you, I feel. You may want to bring in physical objects, okay, to represent the 4 elements of earth, fire, air, and water. You may want to bring in other significant symbols into your space that are very sacred to you and are special. It may be if you want to release a relationship. You know, we are looking at the heart chakra here, that you may want to, if you wish to, put their photo up in front of you as you perform your ritual, okay, or your prayer, or setting your intentions, doing your meditation. Some of you are also perhaps, and it is a very good thing to do, is to write down on a piece of paper in your space You may light candles, you might light incense, you may have beautiful music going on in the background, setting up this space, okay, to perform this ritual. Some of you may even go to a drumming ceremony, like a drumming circle, okay? So there's a drum there, the djembe. Go to a drumming circle, get that energy out there. Some of you may just not want to be around other people. You may just want to be on your own, but it's very much about releasing a blockage, perhaps also from the heart chakra. There's so many messages coming through here. Some of you are going to be bringing in energy, opening up your heart to allow your loved ones in spirit to come through and to send this energy through your heart chakra so that it can release whatever pent up energies are in there or blocks, blocks, because there can be a lot of energies that are blocked or a feeling of resentments. It could be anything kept in here that you don't want it to be in there anymore. And it's about bringing in this energy, like setting up an actual physical place is a really powerful thing. Like you are preparing to bring in this amazing energy into this space, and your intentions and everything are being set here. And you're going to release it. So perhaps you would want to write a prayer down or an invocation or some kind of a affirmation, like I now release this to the higher powers and I am blessed, I am healed. Whatever it is, you can write it down, your own special statement, your affirmation, and tell it to the universe, release it and do a meditation. Because you're bringing in, I feel like for a lot of you, you do have a chapter you want to close with this now. It's almost like it's been holding you back, or perhaps being buried in your heart chakra for a long time. Maybe it's a burden you've been carrying for some time, and there's a new beginning, okay? So whether it be a romantic relationship or a relationship where you had discord between yourself and a parent or a sibling or a family member or a friend or a workplace situation, whatever it is, you're going to know. You're going to, it's a really good idea to focus on. There might even be more than one person that you have discord with or pain with, okay? So you're really going to be able to get yourself in a place where you can just be prepared to allow yourself now to release this. Be prepared for tears to come as well. It's not just about writing things on paper and setting intentions. There is going to be a huge feeling of release. With release, there comes a purging and a healing and a cleansing as well. So there can be tears. Then there can be relief, okay, and a lighter feeling. So for new beginnings to come in, this is amazing. This is beautiful, beautiful energy. Wow. So it's a fresh energy coming in. You're allowing yourself, you've got to be prepared to allow yourself to want this new beginning, okay? It could be a new job, a new relationship, a whole new path. But for those of you who are intent on doing this and actually going through with the full moon release, you will want to open your heart up to doing this, to releasing the old and letting in the new. That's something that you'll want to do. Now let's look at another topic. Movement, river. That's beautiful, that. I love it already. Now, see the sunlight coming down, the sunbeams? I don't know if you can see that, but that's just beautiful. So it looks to me like there is definitely light and illumination coming to those who are able to allow their heart chakra to flow as well. It's like the message I get is go with the flow. With rivers, sometimes the water can be stagnant, murky, yucky, smelly energy because it's happening when the water's not flowing, when things are blocking it, okay? Sometimes in our life we can block things, and we're still talking about the heart chakra because it's the emotion. It's the water is equals to emotion, right? So we're looking at going with the flow in life, allowing our emotions to flow, not putting up restrictions or limitations or blockages where it becomes stagnant. Okay, so this is one way we're looking at it right now. And this is the crown chakra, understanding, having a higher understanding why things happened in your life. Why did that relationship just end the way it did? Why was I blocked in this area of my life? Why could it just not flow? Because there's illumination coming in now, see? The clarity, the clear understanding, the clear knowing now. There's answers coming to you. If you're able to shift the energy we saw there, right, through the invocation, the ceremony, the ritual, putting it into words and a prayer and the spoken word to shift this energy and release it, you're going to allow the flow of energy to happen and occur again in your heart chakra. You're going to come into a clearer understanding as to why things happened the way they did. And also an understanding of how to unblock this energy as well. All right, this, yeah, look, giving and receiving. A lot of you have felt that you haven't been able to open up and give generously to someone else, or that you're just you've blocked that from receiving from others as well, or another person. And now there is a higher lesson coming in regarding why this has happened and why things haven't worked out in a relationship. I feel like for a lot of you, you're going to really understand, come to a point of understanding within yourself why the other person perhaps closed off, or why were you closing off, or were you subconsciously closing off and blocking a connection, and then, you know, the other person did the same. Is things not flowing in your life because you don't have enough belief in yourself, so you've closed off to that, you know? It's about feeling supported in life as well, and having a much clearer understanding as to why things happened the way they did. Not everything is going to flow continuously in life. There has to be a time for change. There has to be a time for stopping and starting, a time for stagnance and a time for disappointment, and a time for laughter and a time for joy, and a time for where things just happen exactly as they're meant to. All right, the flow of energy is meant to happen, and sometimes it's not meant to. For whatever reason, there's a higher purpose. Sometimes we can block the heart chakra through our expectations of somebody else or how something is supposed to be. This is where this clearer understanding is going to come in, and the higher lessons are going to come in, I feel, for you to realize that it is this, things happen in phases in your life, okay? Not everything is just going to flow all the time, because then there would be no lessons in anyone's life if everything was harmonious and just going exactly as it was meant to. There'd be no lessons. So that's what that is about, and it's about being able to just go with the flow. Also, if you're to do this ritual or release meditation or whatever it is you're doing around the full moon, being aware, okay, it's crown chakra, being aware that you might feel a resistance to actually going through with fully releasing this emotion, and that's okay. But just remember that resistance equals persistence. So the more that you're resisting the feeling coming up or being able to release it, if it's going to be pushed back down, it'll just come back up another time. So just being aware, okay, that that is something that can happen within a release meditation. Some people are very ready and want to and are able to confront the overwhelming feelings that might arise. Some of you might not even feel anything really overwhelming. You just want to just write it down, put it out there and be done with it, and just you're happy to do that, and that's fine as well. All right, let's see another topic. Perspective, Milky Way. Wow. Looking at something from a different perspective, perhaps. Well, I got two here, which is interesting because every time, because when I created these cards, when I made this Divinely Connected card, the one before it and the one after it have a very significant message, so I'm going to choose another one. Aries energy, bold and impulsive, pioneering. Okay. Perspective. Let's have a look at this for a moment. I just want to lay them out. I feel like for a lot of you, there's a certain way you've been looking at something and it hasn't been going right. It hasn't been going your way, okay? It hasn't been flowing, as we see with the river movement card. There's something that you've been looking at and you're perhaps being asked to change the way you're looking at something. So maybe that's part of the release pattern, okay? Releasing a certain way you've been looking at something in your life. Maybe changing the way you look at something. I think if there's a saying, if I remember, I think it's Wayne Dyer, if you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. So I really feel that for you guys, serenity in nature. Once again, we've got the water, right? The flow of energy. serenity in nature. So I feel like for a lot of you, you need to perhaps get out in nature and meditate in nature, because it feels to me that there's going to be some higher understanding given to you, also grounding your energy. Some of you are way up in the space, way up in the clouds. There's some other form or way of looking at something. And some of you are going to really feel a shift along your spiritual path as well. Like a lot of you are feeling that you need to ground, you need to connect with nature, you need to connect with yourself, your energy. Some of you, as I said before, have felt depleted. Oh, I didn't say that before, but you've been feeling stagnant in your life. There's been depletion of energy. There's been so much energy, and it's like a tunnel vision here, look, of seeing something a certain way, that you're now being asked to ground your energy, all right? It's divinely connected. We are all divinely connected also. But to the Aries energy, which is bold and it's courageous and it wants to move, okay? The Aries are very much about movement. They're about action, taking action, not staying stuck somewhere for ages, and just thinking about something or looking something a certain way. It's very much about getting out there, getting moving, getting things done, jumping into something that needs to be changed. Yeah. There has been some stubbornness here and a hitting your heads or ramming your heads against a brick wall, because it's just something you haven't been getting. So there's definitely a chance to look at this a certain different way. You could even call in your guides, your spirit guides, to say, please help me to see this from a different perspective. I need to be able to see where I too have gone wrong in this, or why are these things happening to me in my life? Why have these things happened? Why is everything, been happening a certain way? Why are things not flowing in my life? Have you been approaching something too aggressively? Because sometimes the Aries energy can be very aggressive and pushing forward and butting in kind of thing into trying to make something fit into how they want it to be. And I'm not saying this is a bad thing on all Aries, all right? Don't get me wrong. But I do feel like there's a positive and a negative aspect to every star sign. And this particular star sign, I'm sorry, that's a plane in the background. Every particular star sign has that. And this particular star sign is showing me that it's time to be still as well. Not to always, not just to take off, not to aggressively push forward for something all the time. That is great in certain situations to have that impulsivity, right? To jump through hoops and, just to get going and get things done. But for now, I think you're being asked to sit still in nature, even literally in nature, to gain a different perspective, okay? So yes, there is taking action. The taking action is getting out and being still in yourself, okay? Being able to gain that clarity that we saw before with the crown chakra, in order to know what to do next, what action next to take, where you can have this aggressive drive and this confidence to move forward. But you must first be able to see something from a different perspective, to know what to release, to change the course of direction you next need to go on, okay? That's what that's about. So can we have another topic, please? Stone people, vigilance. Beautiful. Wow, we've got the Gemini energy. Innovative, quick-witted, social butterfly. Wow. And take the lead. Now, it's interesting. I just realized I didn't pick a heart chakra for the other cards. I didn't feel like I needed it. So take the lead, which is all about new opportunities and looking into the over the horizon, like looking forward into the horizon, knowing that there is new opportunities coming to you. So it's really interesting, because this is saying keep your goals in sight. Be vigilant, right? Just having a look at this for a moment. Being aware of your surroundings, being aware, as we saw, the different perspective over here as well. I feel like for you guys, you know what you want and sticking to it. As we saw, though, it's about not being stubborn, being able to realize that there is perhaps, don't go into that tunnel vision we saw before, okay, of where things are a certain way and have to be a certain way. Open your mind to other possibilities, because with the Gemini energy, this is very much about duality as well, the Gemini. Very quick-witted. They are very open to information. This is about allowing information to come in as well, like being in tune with your intuition, being aware of your surroundings, of everyone around you, what's going on, but being strong in your own power as well. It's about opening up, like still being strong on your path, not being confused and flustered, but being strong on your path, but being able to open your mind to other possibilities that are coming to you. So yes, we can have goals and we can sit back and, you know, make plans and put it out there, etc., make it happen through affirmations, things like that as well. But it's also about realizing that if something doesn't go the way we want it to, as we saw with the river movement card, with the stagnancy and all that, you know, flowing, going with the flow, that kind of thing, resistance equals persistence. It's about realizing that you might have a goal, but you might not necessarily get it the way exactly that you want it to happen. It's still perhaps going to come into your life, but maybe not the exact way that you perceive it to. So if you perceive it to come into your life a certain way, whether it be a new job or a relationship or money or children or whatever it is, and you're set on this, right? You've set it in stone how exactly it has to be, and you're not open to any other avenue, then this is where you're going to find the stagnance in that. So it's about releasing the need to control the situation as well, okay? Being able to, yes, be firm in your own self, be strong in your power, know where you are at and where you are and who you are, but being open to receiving new information as well, and putting it out there to the universe that you trust it's going to come back to you in the way that it needs to. That is for your highest good and for others' highest good as well. That's the message coming through with that. That's really interesting. All right, I feel like I want to do one more. Oh, look at this. This is beautiful. Earth Magic Fairies. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I believe in the elementals. I just, you know, I think it would be very ignorant to think that we're the only ones that exist, you know, the human race. I feel like the fairy realm is just so magical. It's about earth magic, once again, nature. Wow, we're getting a lot of star signs today. Sagittarius, optimistic, philosophical, adventurous. Oh, wow. Joy and stability. This is the happy relationships. This is the happy energy. This is about staying optimistic, okay? Regarding your desires, your relationships. Some of you might be very caught up in negativity around relationships right now, okay? Because this is all about marriage and happy relationships and celebration, and it's about foundations and having strong foundations in your life, and this is about being grounded once again, but also allowing for nature to take its course, I feel, in your life. Once again, going with the flow, allowing things to unfold, setting your sights on your targeted intention here, okay? Seeing the bigger picture, feeling great in yourself. Allowing yourself to let go of any issues around your home. Okay, around your home, I'm getting with the fairy card here for some reason. Any issues around the home or family environment or a relationship in particular, that might be a focus that you have with your full moon release meditation, wanting to release any tensions, any healing that needs to be done, you know, if there's any resentment, any pain, just releasing that, any fears of the future regarding relationships, letting that go as well. Remaining philosophical, adventurous, optimistic. Yeah, I'm just seeing what else is coming through. I might pick another card. Oh, isn't this beautiful? Angels by your side. The angels are by your side. The fairy elementals, the fairy realm, the elemental beings are by your side, helping you to bring in this joyful energy and stability in your life. See, the stability is the foundation as well. So it's about angels coming in, being able to move past a situation that held you back, okay? Yeah, that's beautiful. I just feel a very strong feeling of satisfaction when a lot of you sit down to do this full moon release ritual or meditation. I just feel that a lot of you are going to feel your angels are by your side as you are releasing pain, wanting to release addictions, putting the intentions out there regarding perhaps a relationship or toxic energies, or cutting the cords to whatever no longer serves you anymore. The angels are by your side, helping you to bring in what your desires really are. But in order to do so, you need to be able to release what it is you no longer want in your life. All right, let's have a look at another one last one. The lightning power. Wow. We had this in another reading I did as well. So it just explains that about obviously the power of intention, I would say this would be. This is what I'm seeing it as. Realm of dreams. Some of you are also feeling that perhaps you have been having very vivid dreams, and our dreams tell us a lot about what we need to release. Some of us are releasing pent-up energy through dreams as well. But there is power. There's a lot of power in focusing on what it is that you're actually dreaming of, like what you want to bring into your life. Where are your dreams at in life? What do you want? Now, I know this is not a new moon attraction, bringing in what you want to attract into your life. This particular reading is more about releasing energy, you know, and I feel like for you, there's like an epiphany coming to you as well regarding what it is that you need to release. And there's messages coming through dreams as well. Wow, look, rest and reconsider. So it's definitely in a time of rest. I feel like some of you have just been on the go, go, go. It's now time for recovery, okay? Some of you have had perhaps a sudden shock in your life. I know this is not the message in the booklet, but I'm going through with my intuition. This is like a sudden shock to some of you, that something has happened and now you're just needing to go into this place of safety, okay? Into your imagination, into your place of safety here, and recover. A feeling of wanting to give up on life. Some of you don't want to live here anymore. Some of you don't want to be here anymore. And there is this feeling of wanting to just give up. And I'm not saying it as in everybody's feeling that or thinking that. Some of you may just want to give up on a relationship, or give up on family, or give up on a job, or just the feeling of wanting to give up. You know, because there's been a lot of stuff that's just been, you've had to confront really, really fast. It's like it's coming really fast. And it's a powerful realization, okay, of what needs to be done. And some of you might be feeling a little bit confused as you are in that place of, it might be a bit of a dreamy type thing, like it's just an illusion, not real. All is not lost though, okay? So this is a special message for you guys. Like, she's got the full moon. I know you can't see it in the card, but in the picture it's actually a full moon. And so it's saying all is not lost, okay? You might feel like everything is just, you know, it's all gone. It's just been taken from you, or there's just no point in going on any longer. But it's saying all is not lost. The 9 is a solitary number. It's about solitude. It's a solo journey. So it's about going within once again, right? And being able to work out what it is that you don't... It's like a life review type of feeling here I'm getting with this, is that there's been a sudden shock, an epiphany, an awakening of some sort. It's been a shock awakening, a rude awakening. And it's looking into... perhaps what you wanted and dreamt of is now not occurring for you. So it's like all is not lost. There is another way. Because look, love abounds. This is a self-love card. This is a spiritual connection that you have with life, with the universe, with yourself, with your higher powers, with your twin flame or soulmate. It's the beautiful spiritual connection, this energy, and love abounds. Love is coming in, a newfound feeling is coming in. So some of you have to release something in order to open your heart to allow this in. Oh, wow, look. Spiritual awakening. See, this is what's happening. It's a spiritual awakening through a sudden shock. So the world that you thought, or the safe bubble that you might have thought you were in, is now being popped, right? Someone's popped your bubble, or some sudden realization, or whatever it is, has come in and has shown you, oh my God, that's just not happening for me anymore. That's not where I thought I was, and where I thought I was somewhere else. But really, some of you need a wake-up call. That's what's happening here. Spiritual awakening coming in. Some of you are going to find it as you do the release, right? That these things are going to happen. As you affirm to the universe, whatever you affirm at any time, if it's a positive affirmation you're putting out there, or if you're saying, I need to release this, it doesn't matter. Whatever you're putting out there as an intention to the universe is going to come back to you, and you need to be prepared. It's extremely powerful stuff. It's extremely powerful, and there are a lot of shifts that happen, okay? It's not just about releasing stuff and, okay, now that's gone, I'm going to be fine. No, it's definitely not. When you affirm to the universe, for a lot of you, that this is what I want to release, and I need this big change in my life and in myself and in my spirit, everything else is going to change. It'll be an internal disruption. Could be an external disruption. You'll see things changing on the external part of your life as well, your home, your family, your finances, your relationships. As you're affirming what it is you want to release or receive, you are going to be causing this huge, like an earthquake or a volcano for some of you. It's like this lightning coming in. It's like, wow, that is freaking scary. And it's a huge change happening in my life, but it is amazing because it's bringing in blessings and healing, and it's preparing me for my new path. People don't just, stay on one path and then suddenly switch to another path and their life's just like that. There has to be stuff in between. There has to be on this path that, oh God, there's brick walls hidden here and there, and everything's going wrong in my life here and there, and I'm affirming everything I want, but why is everything going wrong? People affirm things they want or they want to release, and they wonder why things go wrong. Because it's the universe responding to you, saying, this is what you want, we're going to get rid of that stuff you don't want anymore. And when we're going to get rid of that stuff, it's going to be unsettling. It's going to be like hitting you like a lightning bolt. All right, that this is the awakening that you've been asking for. This is the true reality now that you're veering towards and that you now want to perceive. We're looking at the perception card before, a perspective. You're going to be changing your perspective on things that you no longer need, that no longer serve you, and things that you do want, you're going to be drawing in. So, of course, there's going to be this feeling of everything being uprooted in your life, and it is a time for unsettling things going on. You're going to be unsettled. You're going to feel pain. You're going to feel like with any kind of cleansing and healing, you have to, like, just say there's a wound, right? And it's got all the toxins and all that in it. Like, I suppose you could call it pus. It's pretty disgusting, but this is the truth. The wound has got all the stuff in it, and if you don't get rid of what's inside, it's going to fester and get worse, and the energy is going to be stagnant, and it's going to eat away at you. Right? In order to heal and want this to be removed, you have to remove what's inside. And it's also within our lives, things that are around us as well. So we need to be able to be prepared that our finances, our jobs, our relationships, everything can change drastically, dramatically. Some might be a build-up and changing and then a sudden end, or some may just dissolve away. But for some of you, it's going to be this eruption of things just suddenly going wrong. It depends on how powerful, I suppose, your intention is and how serious you are about moving into a new path. So just going back to that wound, once you're able to clear that of the toxic energy and the poison perhaps, then it's going to be healed, and there may be a scar, but you're going to be moving on in life from it. You're not going to worry about it anymore. You might look back in life and think, oh God, you know, that left a bit of an emotional scar on me, but I'm moving on into a different path now, and I don't have to keep looking back at that wound anymore. I can move on in my life now. I've got a whole new path and new amazing things coming into my life. When we're releasing the things we no longer need, we're also being blessed with all the things we do need and that we do desire and that we do want. We just have to be prepared for the stuff that comes with it, all right? The intentions that we set out there, because some of us get to a point where we affirm everything we want, and even releasing stuff. And when it comes to a point where everything's going wrong, we think subconsciously, oh my God, everything's going wrong in my life, and we feel just terrible, we feel depressed, and we stop doing our affirmations. And it's at that point that we realize, or that we don't realize, but it's at that point of where we feel like giving up, which is this card here. We're just around the corner. Everything is just about to come to us and fall into place. But it's at that point of giving up that a lot of us do give up. All right? And then we wonder why our life is shit. Because we've just given up. We haven't gone right through the whole process of dealing with it and facing it and confronting it and saying, you know what, this is crap what I'm going through, but I know there's a hidden blessing in this and I'm on the right path. So I feel like that's where a lot of us have to put our intentions and realize that sometimes when things are going wrong in our lives, it's actually a blessing in disguise. It really is. The more you affirm that you're releasing stuff from your life or attracting certain things in, it is going to, the stuff around you will change. There will be changes and significant, sudden changes that you may not even expect. Okay, that you've been asking for, but you're not necessarily prepared for. So that's really important that you guys prepare for this, okay? And know that all is not lost, that there is something else better around the corner for you coming in. It's what you've been affirming, okay? What you're releasing from your life, old patterns, everything is a huge thing. You're going through a spiritual transformation, physical and emotional and mental transformation. Your whole life is transforming as you intend to release the old and bring in the new. Okay, so I really hope that has helped you guys, and I look forward to connecting with you next time. Love and blessings.